I think one of the challenges with this whole conversation, why you're asked about it so often, I'm going to try again to sort of get clarity on it, is you have the central disagreement being, did the cap and trade program raise gas prices at the beginning of this year by around 45 cents a gallon? There are a lot of people whose estimates are almost exactly in line with that result. You had the Washington Policy Center that predicted, I believe it was 44 cents a gallon. You had your own senior policy advisor, and John Stang did a story on it I'm looking at right now in 2014 with the headline, cap and trade would increase gas prices. He predicted 44 cents a gallon. And then you had this WSDOT whistleblower whose job it's been for 30 years to be a state economist, to make these forecast predictions. He was doing that for WSDOT for 5 years. He predicted 45 to 50 cents a gallon. So when I see that, I'm like, either all of these experts, including your own staff, are wrong or you're wrong. Why did you go with the estimate that was pennies, if not gas prices, would be lower when there were so many consistent estimates at 45 cents a gallon?
Look, I predict the Washington State Huskies are going to score 30 points next in Houston. That's my prediction. Now, if it turns out to be 36, will I have been sort of not done my job? No, I don't think so. If it turns out to be 24, will I have not done my job? Our job, and what we asked the Department of Ecology to do their best estimate, to look at the most recent data, not 2014, but the most recent data of what they predicted could be in the realm of the compliance cost. That means how much people have to pay for the auction. Their best estimate was anywhere from 2 cents to 24 or 25 cents. And they conveyed that to the people in the legislature. And it was not dollars, it was cents, and that's what it turned out to be.
And I agree with you in terms of not everyone can make an accurate prediction, although a lot of people did manage to make a pretty accurate prediction, and it's not the one that you went with. So whether it was misled intentionally or unintentionally, when you were speaking to the media saying pennies, if not less than they are right now.
They're not going to see much higher gas prices, maybe even lower than they are today. Pennies. We're talking about pennies, potentially.
Do you acknowledge that Washingtonians were intentionally or unintentionally misled about the extent to which the cap and trade program would raise gas prices?
No, I don't accept that at all, because the term misled connotes some intentional act, and that's simply not what happened here. People did their best job they could, looking at the data was available, one of which is the California experience. Now, the auction prices turned out to be higher than the California experience. They didn't predict that. And when you predict the weather, you're not entirely correct. So I don't think that's a fair characterization. But what I would say, there are certain things we do know for sure that are not arguable. Number one, the prices came down $1.50 from the highest point to when this bill came into effect. They came down $1.50. That's number one. Number two, they have come down $1 since October. And to try to say that there was massive increases caused by this, I don't think is accurate.